Indonesian President Joko Widodo is in Moscow for talks as he continues with his peace-building mission. He's the first Asian leader to engage with both Russia and Ukraine since the start of the war. He's set to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin later today. Just yesterday, the Indonesian leader held talks with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kyiv. He offered to convey a message to Mr. Putin. Mr. Widodo is also expected to bring up the global food crisis with his Russian counterpart. He has stressed the importance of ensuring the security of Ukraine's food exports, especially via its Black Sea port. And Stuart Smith joins us live from Moscow. Stuart, what sort of outcome can we realistically expect from Mr. Widodo's visit?
Well, the Indonesian president comes with two hats in effect. Of course, the leader of Indonesia, but also as the chair of the G20 in the rotating presidency. And so, first of all, the Kremlin commented on the potential for improving bilateral relations, remarking that Indonesia is a very hugely economically powerful country and is a good benchmark, the Kremlin said, for relations in Southeast Asia. And on that level, they will be discussing economic and humanitarian matters. But arguably, the Kremlin says the main reason for his visit and the most important reason is, of course, for discussing the G20 agenda. And they'll be thrashing out, the Kremlin says, all of the issues related to what the G20s will discuss. That's going to range from financial stability, recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, the digital transformation and climate change. But of course, all eyes on how exactly they're going to deal with the crisis in Ukraine. The Kremlin says that the Russian President Vladimir Putin will put to the Indonesian president exactly how he perceives what's going on. Indeed, there was that offer by Zelensky to pass on a personal message. We don't know, an offer to Zelensky to pass on a personal message. We don't know if that was accepted, but that could come up. And of course, the potential here for the G20 presidency is perhaps less in trying to arrange peace negotiations, which even Turkey, a strong friend of Ukraine and Russia, has found very difficult. But maybe there'll be progress on issues like grain exports and fertilizer exports, both of which Russia and Ukraine say they do want to make progress on.
Well, Stuart, as you mentioned, Mr. Widodo holds the rotating presidency of the G20 this year, and he has been under pressure in the last few months to exclude Russia from the summit coming up in Bali. And we have heard conflicting messages from different leaders, as well as the Kremlin, over whether Mr. Putin will actually attend. Where are we on that?
Yeah, so a lot of the pressure, according to reports, comes from the United States that the Russian president should not attend. But in this last week, we have heard from many other important members of the G20 who suggest that everyone should be able to attend. The UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson said it's even unlikely that the Russian president will attend anyway and encouraged his colleagues to come, not to boycott the event. The same from the European Union and from Germany. The Kremlin has spoken on this just today and reconfirmed that Russia has accepted the invitation from the G20 to attend. What's still under discussion, despite Mario Draghi's comments, is whether he will attend in person or not. Now, the Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi suggested that during the G7 talks, Indonesia said categorically that the Russian president would not attend in person. That has not been confirmed by the Kremlin. The Kremlin says that is still open for discussions, depending on where the country is in November, what the schedule of the president is like. At the centre of this dispute also is exactly whether the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will attend, because he has also been invited. The Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs says that doesn't matter, it's not relevant, but has emphasised it would like to keep the topic of negotiations and discussions in Bali only on the global important issues. It would not like a particular emphasis on the so-called special military operation in Ukraine. Russia would rather talk about other things.
Oh, thanks for that, Stuart. Stuart Smith speaking to us there from Moscow.